Good day, everybody. Happy Sunday. We are in the month of March 2026. And a previous video, I like to review my videos. I'm very studious. I've always been academically interested in school and learning and excelling. So, no, I don't have a college degree. I have some collegiate studies, but that doesn't really suffice as far as, when you're going through a lot and you really can't really focus because you have more of a higher calling with omniversal studies that have to do with a hierarchy, and that's innately within your soul, that they say Akashic records and everything, but in our teachings, your soul records everything having to do with you. And the more you tap into the divine, your own divinity, you become naturally intuitive to have knowledge that is not privy to everybody as a secrecy. And your poise and character of being upright makes you automatically know, with the being upright, meaning of great supreme mindedness, of being aware cognizantly that everybody's personal lives, it's their confidentiality that doesn't need to be on display. So you respect highly, with a divine respect, all beingness, and you don't put on blast their business unless it's necessary to do so, and there's a purpose that can be divinely reasonably explained behind it. So one of my videos, I indicated about shadow work. Shadow work does have to do with those individuals who have had throughout their lives a consistency of ignoring the way that they think, so they don't think deep about who they are. Your mind represents you, as in your soul, synonymous with each other, mind and soul linked as one. When it's described in a definitive type of way, that means indefinitely you are who you are by your mind, and your mind defines your character and your persona, your personality, and everything about you. Now, the video I had about shadow work, I'm describing those individuals. This is going to be a little bit longer than 3 minutes. Those individuals who have shadow work have had a negative mind and didn't pay attention to it. So if you had any type of insecurities and you started thinking negative lightly about others, jealous, envious, and you feel some type of way, or they, appear to be a competition to you, then you have to do that type of shadow work, because sometimes we don't realize all the time, if we act out on jealousy, type of behaviors, it's dangerous. You can hurt somebody if you feel intimidated by them, and that type of mind, and those who share that type of mindedness are gonna do shadow work right now. And if you had any actions behind it, that anchors or shows more of a type of work, causing you not only with intent to be, or thought process to be, a threat to yourself, in reverse of karma, becoming a karmic, then you have to, during this time, cleanse all of that like layers of a cake. And so that constant process of nudging you mentally is your own shadow work. For me personally, I took on a male shadow work of my husband, and that's what I utilized to develop me. That even though we may be of a hierarchy, due to trauma, due to disappointment, due to pain, due to needing help and needing a balancement of a refuge, the Savior needs saving, right? And we do have an understanding, or an understanding and an overstanding, but we all are, to some degree, if not masterful, in need of a refreshing course or recourse to gain our faculties back together, in light of me being an open book and keeping it real, so we all can have that true relativity. That at the top, there's also time, that there's a time like now for all of us, heaven on earth, and heaven itself and earth itself, and also our hell realms of purgatory, and we have hell worlds that do exist. All is not limited by whatever on earth we think it is, because we live here and we can't think outside of our normal place that we live. So I'm here to enlighten you as an omniversal being, fully divine, accessed my divinity within me. So I have a lot more information to share than the average obviously, than the average person. So therefore, my shadow work was not of my own, because during my journeying, I am a deep thinker. My moral compass always worked. So being a good person, I don't have shadow work. Whatever insecurities were very minor, that I didn't have to be so bombarded, in a type of military stance of any woman that I take on. I'm sorry, that any woman that takes on, not that I take on, any woman that takes on, yeah, if you want to, argue with me, you're going to feel stupid because I'm very wittiful. But in my isolation, right, in my isolation, I was being trained as a militant officer. So any woman that takes on a career path of a dominance of masculinity or men, they become in basic training. That's what I was going through, but are not, but it wasn't, a knot or tying it in a knot of a solidified situation that I can't also enjoy my femininity. So it made me energetically bisexual, a unisexed or unicorn type of beingness. And it made me upright militant wise, as I was informed. So I took on a male's shadow, reformed it, and finessed it as now fully being able to identify as also male, not just thinking about it, but saturating in my entire beingness as becoming literally a man, and transforming and upgrading a male's persona, his soul, his spirit, his heart, the way he thinks, the way he processes information. That's what was downloaded for me in my isolation of me having experiences that saturated like every day, like white on rice, from a hell experience of training someone in hell that works for God. And that would be also synonymous with that Netflix TV series called Sandman. Sandman is similar to that. Okay? What I'm talking about, we have a dark side, but it has to be, right, where Lucifer is good. See, there's good and bad in all that we can describe in reality. There's good and bad. Good, too much of it, if not balanced, can come across as bad. And bad, when it is balanced, is literally transformed in meaning to be good. Therefore, from our hierarchy, we needed, all of us, inclusive of me, woman king in heaven, mothership, my ship, right? Nibiru. I'm revealing more to you all gradually, like little by little, because the information can overload our circuits. As my daughter told me, Mom, you speak too fast. Like, I'm not able to catch up to your vibration. So I had to have a conversation with her. And when I slowed down and took my time patiently with my child, with my, biological child, and she was like, now I get it. And she was able to relax, having more, not being overstimulated, and, not being able to handle like, a lot of electrical currents with my interaction with her, that I was able to recalibrate her to my vibration. So I'm telling you all, these messages are golden, right? Black and gold, saving souls in black and gold. Musbatu, Queen of Sheba leadership, that's me. Sheba, shh, it's a he also, right? Not that I'm a it, but I'm a it factor. And Ba means soul in our ancient Cometian culture. I don't like to state Egypt because that's what some people call me as Ebony, as a nickname. What's up, E? E, right? Energy, gypped. You can't gyp us. We are the wealthiest in currency, meaning divine, divinity, mind power. We are creators with the co-creator, Big Mamba. So I'm just like Sheba. I'm trying to share with you all, as I reawoken, my consciousness of my soul, that the soul records all. I am the key from the soul in here that was unlocked by my essence being identical to the energy out here, outside of my vessel, making me that big darkness, that I'm the key, identically in energetic signature matches. Okay? So that's why everybody is so intimidated by me, Don't be fooled, like I tell them in my hierarchy that we call a mind hive, but I cut that off because I don't want people to read other people's minds within my mind that I'm now omnipresently tapped into. I'd rather have mother, father that gives birth to children than a father alone that really doesn't want to be identified as a female. So somebody's coming to the surface that feels some type of way. So my voice kind of, the tone changed. If you all can hear it and are not, not ignorant, respectfully to you all, that it's so slight that this ancestor feels the need as a narcissistic wannabe, as I always complain about, it's more real to me. So it's more defined because of who I am. With everybody, it's subtle, so you can't really pick up on it so much. That's why I tell you all, be careful. Your ancestry is like different temperatures or hues, from really, really dark to extremely light, or from heavy and light. You understand? On a hue or color spectrum as well. So it's so slighted as your family member, and they start mocking me, right? It's so slighted, like they're mocking what I'm saying. They're in hell. Mentally, when you do that, when someone is speaking and it's a disrespect, I told them they have instant karma. They start dying because I don't want to be interrupted as I'm speaking on the video with someone that feels some type of way. So their lack of self-worth makes them die. They cannot coexist with us with feeling narcissistically jealous, envious, hateful, as I started on the video, as I just now mentioned, the video is now 11 minutes going on 12 minutes, that they become dangerous and they want to hurt you. That's hell. Those are hell beings, that they're attracted to us as in a moth to a flame, and then they want to hurt us. Those are haters, demons that want what they can't embody, and so they want to get angry to that point, and they do. It triggers their anger, and it makes them want to fight us. So be careful. Nullify and be humble when you're around those individuals. When you see, listen, I got one up on you. If I'm making you feel that type of energy that I'm able to witness empathically, that my eyes, I can see that I'm disturbing you like that, I diffuse the situation, because I'm a bold daredevil. I'm God. So I can, remove myself and curse you the fuck out because you did something wrong, and then you want to turn around and ignore sitting on my lap and shit on the train in a small space that is not big enough for you to sit down, and then you turn around and then, I just let it slide for like 5 minutes, not 10 minutes. And then I got up and I started giving, like I do in the subways, a general message that whoever it is that did that, respect personal space. You don't show some sly way of sitting on my lap and not saying excuse me, so that person got a curse out. And then they wanted, as I'm remembering, they wanted to curse me out. Hold up, you were wrong. So I'm not even addressing you. I'm giving a generalized message to be respectful to everybody. That's my style of doing it. That's my way of dealing with it. You don't show disrespect, then it makes me spawn a whole conversation to teach everybody and then tell them, listen, be on your P's and Q's. Don't let no one bully you. Stand up for yourself. And then that person was chasing behind me like I did something wrong. As crowded as it is, and everybody is right now on edge, going through what they go through mentally, I would never, ever, as someone that experienced so much mental hell, to free myself with talk therapy and reasoning only right, to give you all that tea as to how I emerged with only positivity. That's it. I don't embrace negativity just to bombard me as an internal bully with intrusive thoughts. No. I'm not going to become bitter. I'm going to stand my ground integrally and say, no, I'm a positive individual. I do not think negative. My entire life, I was doing black shadow work for somebody else that was attacking me mentally in the spiritual realm. So I'm telling you all, in isolation, it caked on, and I busted out my vessel and expanded my soul into the darkness around us, that when you see light shining on the darkness, you can't see darkness. So I became soul everywhere that you can't even describe. as I realized when my consciousness and divinity got all the way turned all the way on, my essence is beyond my physical body. I'm the blackness. Everybody doesn't realize that's what's so powerful about me. The two eyes should never fool you. I'm that essence, unlimited conscious power. I love you all. Now I finally got it out that it's clear as day. See, now they want me to bump this. You understand? That's their desire that they show. I allow it a little bit for them to show and reveal their disdain mentally. I love you all. They still go to hell because hell is a state of mind that you bring on with your negativity as an attraction power to yourself and opposite for those in heaven. Mwah.